Hello, everyone. Welcome to the GameKraft GameKast on the GamerAccess.com. I am joined by Ray Glenn Johannesson III.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And after a very extended absence, Anthony Do Work Ta.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be back on this show actually. I'm kind of excited what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Are you ready for 2 hours of bullshit?
I'm ready for 2 hours of garbage dump. Let's do this.
All right. So, hey, what you guys been up to? What you been up to, Ray? It's been a week.
Playing on my Vita, ordered a computer,
Yeah. Okay.
drank
Yeah.
drank a drank a Diet Dr. Pepper the other night, all fun things.
Living the dream.
Living the American dream, getting a large curly fry with a Diet Coke.
Oh god. All right.
You know
Well,
my figure.
uh, I know the recent weeks because Aaron built a new PC. We've had a lot of PC talk, but I guess we'll have a little more. You got yourself a fancy laptop, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah. So standard.
$1,500.
Yep. It actually ended up being a little cheaper than we expected,
Yeah,
honestly.
it had $150 discount at the end. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that'll cover the taxes. um. So
Basically.
So let's see. It was a quad core i7, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 970. Pretty standard gaming laptop. Through Alienware.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Cool. What about you, Mr. Ta? What have you been up to the past week or so? We'll say.
Past week or so is a lot of life. I've been lifing around.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah, it's just kind of work and keeping up with things with TGA and watching House of Cards finally. I think I'm about 3 or 4 episodes in.
Oh, how do you like the new season? I really dug it. I was really into it this time around.
I kind of like it so far. It kind of lost a little bit more. I mean, they still do it, but I kind of wish because one of the cool things about House of Cards is how Frank Underwood would speak to the audience. They didn't
Hmm.
do it as much this time around, but they did. They eventually did. And I'm like, all right, they haven't completely lost that plot line. Okay.
Yeah, they definitely do it quite a bit later in the show, this season. Um, there's a
No, my,
really
my favorite one when they did that was still what was it, season 2 or 3, where Frank Underwood was like, "You think I forgot about you?" And I'm like, oh shit.
that was really good. I really like the one in season 3 when he's like in that hallway with the Russian president and the Russian president puts his cigar out on the wall in like that that bomb cellar hallway and Frank's just like I would I would kick him down the stairway and light his broken body on fire if it wouldn't start a world war. I really like that one, and I really like the one where when he's running for president in season 3, where he's talking to the guy from the corn lobby, I believe it is. Yeah, that was really funny. Also, let me tell you, there's a really funny one in this season, by the way. Just it's when they're vetting for a vice president. So, anyway, so House of Cards season 4, you digging it?
I am digging it so far.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm only 3 or 4 episodes in because obviously I don't have a big enough block of time to binge watch everything in a row.
Oh, dude, yeah, I was fortunate enough to have somewhat of a free weekend when season 4 came out, so I gunned through the entire thing in a weekend. So, tell me when you're all caught up. I'd love to discuss it.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a spoiler cast. House of Cards season 4. All right. Well, anyway, that's well, my week was work, more work, and Final Fantasy 15 put out a demo. You get any?
Right. That's like one of the only pieces of news that's happened in the past week when I was looking through yesterday, and I'm like, wow, that's all there is. Final Fantasy 15 and a couple small tidbits.
Um, yeah. So, did anyone here get the chance to play that demo?
My PlayStation broke, so no.
Oh yeah, the
No.
video on your PlayStation isn't working right now.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure it's the port. Like the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, you're gonna have to call the folks at Sony and see if they're gonna help with that.
Yeah, unless I know someone who can fix a port.
I mean, Anthony and I can take a look at it. It's
You mean fixing a PS4?
I mean, it depends on like, it can't be that much different than a PC, right? Uh,
Oh, you're gonna have to call Sony on that one.
yeah, because like, well,
Because I'm sorry, like if the video port's broken, like anything can happen. I don't know. We could try like various things, like different HDMI cables, push and hold the power button until it detects something, and stuff like that.
yeah, it might be your power cord for
Troubleshooting.
it might be your power cord for your PlayStation. It might be, yeah, like who knows? We'll take a look at it.
Yeah,
What
like
about you?
Saturday I'll bring it by.
Yeah, Anthony, did you get in on that Final Fantasy demo?
Yes, I did. Um, and I played through it. I finished it, and honestly, to me, I don't know why they call it a platinum demo. To me, it just felt more like a tech demo because I'm like, I know you can summon stuff in this game. I know there has to be magic in this game, but this is like an interactive tech demo. It's very pretty, and that's what I'm constantly thinking about. I'm not really thinking about how the game plays or the story. I'm just looking at how nice it looks, and I'm like, huh. I wonder how pretty this game could be if it was, oh, I don't know, on PC.
Ouch! Putting that out there already.
I mean, I know that the
You know
moment I
it's gonna
say,
get
"Gee, I wonder,"
ported.
like it's an honest comment. I'm like, man, I wonder how much prettier this game could look if it was on PC because you notice there's like some blurriness and some areas where you're like, yeah, they had to cut down on that area so this game doesn't crash down below 25 frames because it's already below 30 frames as it is. So my PS4 is running bacon hot, so yeah, but man, like speaking of the game's look, the lighting, holy crap! You want to
It,
talk about lifelike lighting? This game's nailed it.
it's a really pretty game. Like that, there is no doubt that it is a really pretty game. Um, the sound was really good. I was playing with my surround sound headphones. Like presentation, like that demo nails presentation, like spot on. Um, that said, the gameplay itself, like there wasn't much of it. Like there's basically a fight. You know, like that there is a fight. You know, and then everything else is just kind of you know uh is just kind of like walk around, mash X, pretty environments, good music. So
Yeah, there wasn't really much for me to say about the demo though, because like, oh, you're following around this carbuncle around, follow around, collect orbs, fancy car, boss
yeah,
fight, dodge, whack. That's
yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
that's
Like
it.
the combat kind of reminded me of like a kind of a clunky Kingdom Hearts. I did like the gravity stuff with that last boss. Really, the only gameplay was against that boss because the rest of the time it was just kind of mash triangle.
Walk around, admire the world, mash triangle, toy sword,
Yeah,
your
like
tiny, clumsy driving controls,
yeah,
cars.
yeah. I had fun, but I think if the real game controls like that, um, if the real game controls like that, I think they're gonna need to do some work on that because I did not enjoy that. Um,
I think they probably I feel they made a mistake on this demo because if you're a person who doesn't really pay much attention to Final Fantasy 15 or played through the Type Zero demo, like I looked at this game, I thought, like, wait, this can't be a true representation of the game, but at the same time, this game could be so much cooler with its combat, and it's not telling me much about the combat other
right.
than it's very
Yeah.
simple. Like it's very simple. It's like I like one of the biggest things about the Type Zero demo is you get to watch a Ramu summon, and that looked hella cool. If they put that, in this demo, or put like some other summon in this demo, say, hey, you know what? There's more than just you walking around whacking stuff. You could do magic, you could do primal summons, and you showed that, I'd be like, whoa, I want to buy this game instead of, is this what I'm doing most of the time? Just going around hitting things and admiring scenery like that. That to me doesn't sound like all I want a game to be.
Like, and who knows, this game might have like a ton of side quests and things of that nature, but it also may just be this for hours on end.
Yeah, they say that this game is open world, but what I've been doing this entire demo was following a carbuncle around through empty worlds. I mean, it's lush worlds, but there's like nothing living except nightmares.
Is this how they solve the hallway problem of Final Fantasy 13?
Yeah, so yeah, instead of no, well, at the end of the demo, they actually do. Well, towards the end of the demo, they do put you through a giant hallway.
The irony, the immense irony of that.
To exit the dream, go north through this long hallway.
Um, I mean, I'm not. Oh God, just I like this. It seems like it's gonna be a good game, but like, there's so many questions they leave. Like, I have people who are like, "Oh, I've played the demo like a billion times and love it," and I'm just like, "What? What is there to love?" Like
Right?
It's beautiful.
it's
It
very.
has a story, or it has the potential of a good story.
I
I
was about
think.
to say, like, there's not much narrative here.
I mean, it's like I look at this game and I'm like, I have a good feeling that this game will be better than Final Fantasy 13. I just don't know how much better it is going to be Final Fantasy, how much better it's going to be than Final Fantasy 13, and I also don't know what same problems that are plaguing Final Fantasy right now are going to keep persisting in this. For example, the plot has potential to be awesome, but at the same time, it could be executed poorly, become a giant convoluted mess because complication is a sophisticated story, but that doesn't necessarily mean the same thing.
Yeah, like,
Like the story of story of Final Fantasy 13, I thought that the concept at least is pretty darn awesome, but the way they did it was such a
was
mess that
terrible.
it was
Like,
really easy to hate on that story because it was a mess when they took that concept and they just bloated it up and put everything out of order, and I'm just like, I can't understand the thing
they
that's going on.
they put everything out of order. They don't explain anything to you unless you look in the glossary. So it's just a fucking like mess. You
It's like,
know,
how hard can it be to look at old Final Fantasy games, like maybe 9 or 7 or 6 or 4, and be like, yeah, it is kind of an intricate story, it's probably a little cheesy, but at least you could understand it and you can understand how it's good.
because like, oh my god, um,
Like
yeah.
that's one of the concerns I have. It's just like I hope they don't overcomplicate the story. But the thing is that when you're talking about a game that's been this coming year, 10 years from being announced, a long time ago, Final Fantasy 13 Versus announced at E306.
Like you have higher expectations for a game like this because it's been so fucking long.
Hey, at least you know it's coming out this year, and unlike, their other projects that are just kind of sitting around in limbo because they don't know who works where now.
True.
And
Yeah.
is everything a variation of Kingdom Hearts? Like John mentioned, Final Fantasy VII is gonna have some Kingdom Hearts gameplay. Kingdom Hearts 3 is Kingdom Hearts gameplay, and then Final Fantasy 15 feels a bit like Kingdom Hearts. And I'm like, So is everything a Kingdom Hearts gameplay with a different world attached on top of it?
Yeah, it is.
Ray, you really like Kingdom Hearts, so for you, it's just like, ah,
It's like
fuck yeah.
Christmas in gaming.
We can't trust the Final Fantasy team to make a proper gameplay after 13, so we're just gonna take it from somewhere else that does work.
All right, well, we got a shit ton of news regarding this game that has the potential to be great, but also has the potential to be a massive train wreck. First off, it has a release date. It's coming out September 30th on Xbox One and PS4.
Okay.
So it finally happened. 10 years finally has a release date. Uh, Next up is it is going to have an anime series called Brotherhood, which the first episode is on YouTube right now. The game
Okay.
is the game is getting a full-length feature film called Kingsglaive. It was revealed at the Final Fantasy Uncovered event. You can watch the full trailer now. The director of it was the co-director of Final Fantasy Advent Children. It will launch this summer via digital distribution ahead of the game's full release and distributed by Sony Pictures. The movie will feature Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, and Sean Bean from Lord of the Rings. The events of the film will take place within the world of Final Fantasy 15 and will primarily feature the characters of Luna Freya, Nox Florette, and King Regis. The story will begin directly after Noctis and his friends set on their journey. The film will feature several crossover characters, as well as a handful of new ones that won't be in the main game.
If I were to take a guess, I think the movie would turn out okay. Probably not like super exceptional, but probably okay.
I'd enjoy it, I think.
They've made two movies. One was like a 2 hour just like fan service jerk off session, and one was terrible. So I mean,
Well, I mean, we
Well,
all enjoy that circle of fun.
Final Fantasy 15, the next game that hopes to be Final Fantasy 7. I mean, that's what I kind of feel like the impression here. It's like, games just like, okay, we're going to make an anime, we're going to make a movie, we're going to put out lots of Kai play arts of it, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. We're going to try and build up Final Fantasy 15 to be awesome before the game comes out. Because it's like, well, Final Fantasy is not like in the best place right now because their recent history is not very good or mediocre.
yeah, like you gotta think like the last time they put out like a good Final Fantasy game was a spin-off, and it was 9 years ago.
Like, yeah, I look at it and it's like, well, let's see, 11's an MMO, 12, all right, 13. Depends which side of the world you live on, I guess. 14, that was a disaster, then got fixed. And 15's happening, but that's 13 versus renamed to 15.
Well, anyway, we got Final Fantasy 15 is gonna have a mobile tie-in game, Justice Monsters 5. Very similar to the Gold Saucer games in 7. 15 will have its own minigame, but you'll be able to play it on your phone. The game was announced today. It's a pinball game for mobile devices combining roleplay elements and the franchise's most iconic monsters. The game will be available to play in Final Fantasy 15 when it launches in September. The mobile game is coming soon, and players can enjoy Noctis and Company's favorite pinball pastime by downloading the game for free on Android devices, the App Store for iPhone, or Universal Store for Windows 10 devices. You can pre-register the game for Android and iOS.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. So we got one last piece of news regarding Final Fantasy 15. Collector's editions. There are two of them. To put this, there is one $90 one, which will come with a steelbook case with art Yoshitake Amano's art. The Kingsglaive feature film to stream or download before the game is out, a Royal Remnant outfit, a Masamune weapon, and a Platinum Leviathan recolor for the in-game car.
Okay.
So that is not worth $90. I'm sorry, Square Enix.
But people will buy it.
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's Square Enix.
let me tell you, it gets even better. The Ultimate Collector's Edition.
That's the
200
best thing they could come up with. Okay.
$270.
But there is a production cap on that one.
Yes.
No, quite literally.
I know.
There is like a really the number they're gonna make is actually really small.
It's yeah, because who the fuck is gonna buy a goddamn $270 collector's
Hey,
edition?
if anything, I don't like some people. They're just gonna buy it just for the future collectability price of it, not necessarily because they want to open it.
This is true, but like I don't, whatever. I guess, but all
Yeah.
right. If you spend $270, oh my god, just the thought of spending $270 on a franchise that hasn't been good in almost 15 years. Actually, it will be 15 years this December if this game tanks. Is infuriating, but okay. Um, so you get a 192-page art book, a separate exclusive steelbook case featuring the cast of the game, the Brotherhood anime on disc, which will stream for free over YouTube, an in-game travel pack, an in-game camera kit, an in-game angler kit, an in-game Origamon set, an exclusive Play Arts Noctis figure. We've all seen my Lightning Play Art at my house. That's what it would be, basically. All the stuff in the collector's edition, so the film, the special outfits in the game, and you also get the soundtrack.
Okay.
All right, look, this is not worth $270. I'm sorry. I just don't.
But I know for somebody they will be engrossed in the world and art to be willing to get that.
Oh, there are plenty of crazy people out there. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
To be fair, if Kingdom Hearts 3 did something like this, I'd probably be like, hey, it's some expense.
Like Kingdom Hearts, I can see it because Kingdom Hearts hasn't been, fucking just awful forever. Just like you gotta remember the last really good Final Fantasy game was Crisis Core, and that came out 2008, 2007, something like that.
I don't know. I enjoyed 13.
Just I don't know how anyone could enjoy that game. I don't. It's so bad.
Maybe it was just like I was playing it when I was sick. So like I beat it in a weekend when I was sick.
Maybe because playing that game now is like just playing that game now is just infuriating.
We should totally let's play that game, Bronson, with you at the controls.
Oh my! Well, I mean, it wouldn't. That's less of a game than Telltale games are. Oh, so I mean, okay. I mean, David Cage makes more engrossing video games.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I would rather play Beyond Two Souls than Final Fantasy 13. Because Beyond Two Souls is at least bad in a funny, interesting way. And it has the Green Goblin in it. Oh. You want to know
I still sit here and I wonder how I finished 55 hours of Final Fantasy 13. I really do not know how I did that.
Because I'll answer that question. Because you were in high school and you were bored.
Right.
that's how that happens. Because you're in high school, so you're not buying games super often. Like maybe one every couple of months, and you're like, well, this is my game for the next however long. So
that fits.
Like that's happened to me on multiple occasions throughout like my younger years in high school. So, whatevs. Uh, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it turns around, but that get like Final Fantasy 13 did not give me hope. But
What about 13-2 or 13-2 again?
okay, 13.3 was weird as shit, but it was okay. Like
As a
this,
person who finished Final Fantasy 13, didn't know a single thing about 13.2, and then seeing the beginning of 13.3, I was really confused how in the world the plot went from the end of 13 to the start of Lightning Returns. Because I was like, when did Snow become, I guess, the antagonist? I don't know how Lightning ended up here, and I don't know how Hope became, you know, this smart guy in a command center.
Just
I'm Final Fantasy 13. I don't know what's going on anymore. Apparently, someone's sister died.
yeah, basically
That basically is just like I can't tie anything in at all.
um okay, so that's all the Final Fantasy news. We might as well transition into the other news, though.
is
Uh,
there other news?
there's actually a pretty decent amount. Some of it's small, like Sony Computer Entertainment changes its name today. Sony Interactive Entertainment, Sony Computer Entertainment, and Sony Network Entertainment have now folded into one company, Sony Interactive Entertainment, but they're still using the logo from Computer Entertainment.
Okay.
Like this really just is a bummer for like a longtime PlayStation fans because we're so used to seeing SCE. I guess now it's
Oh,
SIE.
okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you would see that in PlayStation games like SCEA or SCE whatever. Like that's basically what it is. Um, Next up is Axiom Verge for the Vita finally has a release date.
Yay!
It is coming out on April 19th. Hallelujah, hallelujah. So, Quantum Break. It's coming out the day this podcast comes out, or should be anyway. This show typically comes out on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday. And it is going to have a special audio setting for streaming for people streaming on YouTube and Twitch. YouTube and Twitch have a habit of blocking copyrighted music, but Quantum Break developer Remedy has a way around that. For folks who want to stream its latest game and not get their videos flagged for violation on YouTube or Twitch, there is a setting in the game's audio options that allows you to turn off licensed music and play something else.
Okay.
That's it. Any thoughts on this?
I think that's cool.
I mean, like Ray and I ran into this issue on our Rock Band streams, so yeah, I'm kind of down with this. This is I'm pretty all right with this. Yeah. Also, what the hell is that noise in someone's background?
I was wondering that myself.
Anthony. Anthony.
It's just like, no, I've been caught.
The feds got him. Feds took him out.
The feds took just you and me, Bronson. We're all alone. No one here beside me. My
God.
troubles are all gone. Someone to remind me. But you gotta have friends.
Friends. Oh God. You know, the only reason I looked up that song is because of Shrek.
The only reason I know that song is because of Shrek. And because we sang that song, I believe that about like maybe 1,000 more viewers.
Well, I mean, part of the reason that we got so popular when streaming is because we would sing. So
Right. All right. What other news is there though? Because I know we were talking about Axiom Verge a second ago, and then
yeah.
noise.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to get Anthony's opinion on something, but whatever. Cool.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. He should be back, right? Right. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, so Axiom Verge coming to the Vita. Not many other details because the page that was on is not loading. But yeah, it is cross-buy. So if you bought that PS4 version, way to be on it.
That's cool.
The new Hatsune Miku game on Vita and PS4 is coming to the States.
What is it?
Hatsune Miku Project Diva X, the newest one, is coming to the States. It is a rhythm game based on Vocaloids.
So, right up your alley.
Of course. Waifus and funky dance songs. Who doesn't want that? Alright, so the new Skullgirls, or the new update for it, is Skullgirls Second Encore. It roars onto Vita on April 5th. So also the day this comes out. Vita,
nice.
Vita getting some love.
Weird.
You know, as Vita owners, we should be really happy about this.
As general gamers, we shouldn't be.
Oh, why not?
Because the Vita needs to die. Just why don't you love me, Dad? I just want you to die.
I can be anything you want me to be. I want you dead. Oh god. So.
Oh god, that's funny.
Anyway, so the fine folks. So we're all familiar with the American McGee's Alice, right?
Yep.
That was a pretty good game on the PlayStation 3 and 360 and PC. Well, the developer, Spicy Horse, that's their name, has reduced its staff to a core team. According to McGee, the plan to move forward will be to move away. So they've been making free-to-play games in recent years on the phones, but the McGee said on the following, I just want to let everyone know Spice Horse did reduce its staff earlier this week, but a core team will remain in the studio and will announce a new project soon. The remaining team will continue to support our existing free-to-play titles. As it is mentioned in this thread, the free-to-play space has become quite brutal in recent years, and after 5 years and 7 titles, it's time we pivot to something new. Let's see, and says the work will continue on the Alice film project, and the studio's recently released Pirate Jam. He says, while I remain ongoing dialogue with folks at EA, our conversations are not exclusively about Alice. When we do speak of Alice, there's interest, but getting a solid commitment takes time. Remember, there's almost a decade between the first Alice game and the second.
Okay. That's neat. That's really neat.
Yeah, did you play Alice?
Yeah, I own it on 2 out of those 3 consoles.
Yeah, you have it on PC and PlayStation, right?
Yep.
I remember that game came out in that summer where it was just like the summer of disappointment. And like it was like the summer of disappointing sales because like Shadow of the Dam, Child of Eden, Alice, and like one other big game came out, but no one gave a shit because Duke Nukem, and then Duke Nukem ended up being terrible. So all these really good games sold like shit because a bunch of people bought a really terrible Duke Nukem game.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah. And that game was also 10 years in development. So.
To be fair, Shadow of the Damned had a small story about me in it.
What was it?
The man who could never get his fill.
That's right. Oh god, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Ray here can eat a penta burger at a burger restaurant that serves burgers that are gigantic.
I'm gonna pitch him to have something bigger than that just to observe this curiosity.
Yeah, I want to see if he can do an octa. Like, I'll throw a 10 spot on that.
They actually have a option at what was it? In-N-Out Burger where you can just have like I forgot what's the max number of patties, but you can put like
it's 100 by 100.
Yeah, you could do like 100 fucking patties. Granted, it would be hella expensive, and I don't think any of us can afford it, even if we pitched in. But there you
Oh
go.
no, that's like a $300-$400 burger.
I
You
want
never know.
like
We might get rich one day to try out this stupid experiment.
We'll
I mean,
we'll charge it to Nick.
It's a business expense.
yep.
Yeah, it is.
Um. So last couple of rumors here, or last couple of news stories here. Call of Duty 2016 will be set in the far-flung future. Shit is going full-on sci-fi.
Well,
Uh,
they've burned just about every other time in history that doesn't involve antique weaponry. So
that they just all that they have is sci-fi and Vietnam.
Hold on, can we talk about how awesome it would be if, like, Call of Duty, you had to load a musket, pour gunpowder in, load a bullet?
That'd be
and then
hilarious.
your bullet doesn't go straight because the bore of the rifle isn't. I forget what they call it, but it was like this thing that they put inside the bore that actually allows the bullet to travel straight because it spins the bullet. I think it was, but muskets didn't have that, so that's why you fired in a row. You fire your musket and the little ball will come straight flying straight out, but it wouldn't necessarily go straight. You just hope it hits something in the end.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just everyone's trying to level to get that, like... Oh god, I'm forgetting what it's called, oh god, it's at the end of it's at the end of weapons. It's
a bayonet.
Bayonet, that's it. Everyone's trying to get that, unlock. No one even fires their gun, they're just running around stabbing each other.
So
One guy gets
So I was gonna say, so it'd be like current Call of Duty.
Yeah, one guy gets unlucky. He starts out with the little flute. He tries to
one guy starts out as the flag waver.
Yeah, he just starts the battle. Bayonet.
Call of Duty Civil War coming 2017.
Oh god.
So
the South will maybe rise again.
So we have so I mean the only place they can go is sci-fi, Vietnam, or the Civil War. So they're not gonna do the Civil War. Their Vietnam levels in Black Ops 1 were sick though. I'd love to see a Call of Duty Vietnam game. Anthony, what's your opinion on this?
Set piece, Agent Orange accidentally gets dumped on you.
Yeah, okay. You know, like, look, we know what these games are going to be with, like, incremental tweaks to the multiplayer. So, you know.
Might as well go full crazy.
Yeah, like, let's get weird.
I support B-arms at all times, so, I mean...
I support shooting robotic bees at people. That is my promise as a presidential candidate in 2016. Everybody will have a robotic arm that shoots bees. So
yeah, full sci-fi.
Me is a vote for bees.
Sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
As far as full sci-fi, expected. Yeah, I mean, like you burned up just about every other time zone, so it's not time zone, but every other like time period. So sci-fi is all that's left. Except when you go there, you start running into a lot of fierce competition.
You start having to deal with Halo, yo.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Star Wars Battlefront's a thing, Halo's a thing. Is your story going to be as good as Mass Effect? Because that's sort of a shooter, I guess.
Doom, Unreal, like it's crowd space. All right. So, GTA 6 is apparently in development. Reports the developer made a trip to Japan in order to scout potential setting for the game. This is when GTA 3 was being made, of course. They say GTA 6, though, is currently in development. It's no surprise, considering 5 was released 2 years ago. They said they haven't picked a setting for the game yet, but they are looking into a female protagonist.
Oh. Bronson, can you say let's play?
Can you say more controversy?
We will let's play the crap out of GTA 6. Like, we did a live stream Let's Play of 5, and I would totally be willing to do a regular Let's Play of 5.
Hold on, Bronson. Since there's a female protagonist in this one, are we gonna make all the weaponry named after our male friends this time?
Sure, why not?
What's this? This is the Bremen.
Oh, good. I am down for more Grand Theft Auto. I love GTA 5. I love GTA 4.
Maybe 6 will be the one I really get into.
Like I am down for Grand Theft Auto. So, and apparently so is the world because GTA 5 was and is one of the best selling games of all time. So,
Granted, they released it like 3 times in
Yeah.
2 years.
I was about to say they were just like, let's just keep pushing it out.
It's like,
until
okay,
they
so you've
stop
got the
buying
Xbox, so you've got the Xbox 360, PS3 version. I don't know, like we don't know how I don't know how they got it running, but they did. And then a year later, PS4 360 remake, and then literally a year after that, PC remake, and then every time that game goes on sale, it is always one of the top 10 sellers on the Steam list, guaranteed.
That's because everyone's like, oh, let's throw it on my wish list and see if it's on a Steam sale, and then boom, Steam sale. I've got $20.
it never drops below 40. That means like everyone who has bought that game has paid at least $40 for it.
Oh wow.
Like that's and well worth it because that game is fucking incredible. Like you look at that world and the way everything works and the production values, like that game is unbelievable. It is goddamn incredible.
I will say I was not expecting to have as much fun with it as I did.
Yeah, like I actually wouldn't mind doing a playthrough of 4 at some point. Primarily because I really love the story in 4 and it has a lot of funny moments. Like anything involving Brucey. Hey, Anthony, are you genetically different?
Alpha.
Alpha baby. Oh god. Yeah, Ray, if we ever
I think as far as like a well-written story goes, I would go with Grand Theft Auto 4. As far as like a fun toy box, I would say Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Like I actually purely want to do a let's play of GTA 4 just to see like Ray's reaction of Bruce to certain characters in that game, like Brucey and Dwayne.
The thing is, like when I look at Grand Theft Auto 4, I'm gonna be like, why does this game look like complete shit?
Oh yeah, no, I played the
Like
PC.
I have the 360 version of Grand Theft Auto 4, and like if I were to put like regular GTA 4, and it's like, why is everything so brown? Why are all the trees so blurred? Oh my goodness! Why is the frame rate crap?
Like I played the PC version and it looks like really cleaned up and everything, but it's also super fucking broken because like the frame rate will just randomly drop and shit. So I mean, like they made a broken PC port also, so don't. Yeah. But hey, whatever. Rumors of the PlayStation 4.5 continue to be a thing, and it is supposedly coming out the same time as the PlayStation VR.
For optimum PlayStation VR experience, you need to buy a PlayStation 4.5 and a camera and PlayStation Move.
$500 altogether, folks.
Well, hey, I mean, if my PlayStation's broken, maybe.
I
4K,
mean,
yo.
I mean, like that's gonna. I don't. Why are you doing this, Sony? Why?
Money.
No, the thing is, it's not gonna make money though. Like
I feel like it may be a response to the fact that PC hardware may be so far ahead they may want to close the gap just a little bit.
the thing
Yeah,
is,
I can see that.
But the thing is, like, when you buy a console, you're expected to get like a minimum of 4 years of before having your next console come around. and it won't even have been 3 full years before this comes out if it comes out the same time as PlayStation VR. You know,
The
like
way, yeah, the way I look at it is that hardware revisions don't necessarily really quite sell as well as the regular version. And I usually look at DSi, new 3DS.
32X, Sega CD.
Well, those were add-ons, but I mean like hardware, like minor bumps, like a like a major revision, like DSi. I mean DSi sold really well, but you didn't really buy exclusive DSi software, and there wasn't any. And then you have the new 3DS, where the only exclusive thing to it is, well, to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, you need the new 3DS, and to get the 3D feature working on Hyrule Warrior Legends, you need a new 3DS. But that's it. Like that's the only thing. Oh, and faster load times. Your Smash Brothers game will load faster, but that's it. It's like, does that justify me getting rid of my 3DS for a new one?
Yeah.
Like, I look at the PS4 and it's like, I don't have a single 4K display where I live. There's no reason for me to get a new PS4 unless like Uncharted 5 comes out on exclusively on PlayStation 4.5. Okay, then I guess I'll have to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like that's the only case that I'd consider picking one of these up, but they can't do that because then they split their audience, and then their audience is like, "Fuck you, I'm not going to PlayStation anymore." Like this is so dumb when you're selling consoles at the rate you're selling them. You know, like it's
But the
immensely
thing is,
stupid.
I do want to point out rumors.
Yeah.
Like not a single thing out of this has been confirmed yet, for because on the internet it's actually kind of easy to start a rumor. Heck, just look at like workplace gossip. It's like workplace gossip happens, game of telephone happens, and then that message gets like really exaggerated, and then by the time you hear it, it's not even really the original story of that rumor. So, if it's a PlayStation, I don't know. Like, if they gave it like we decided to come out with a PS4 Slim, which I don't know how you can slim this thing anymore. It's already pretty darn. It's already well sized as it is. Yeah, like the only thing I could think of that you could improve on it is make it run cooler, because this thing runs really hot. But yeah, it's like 4.5, okay. Well, to me that's just gonna lay like, it's probably like a DSi or a thing. Like if I don't need, if like, unless I'm forced to upgrade to play the games that I want to play, the games, I don't really see myself moving there. And I guess this brings up one of the points of a PC. Oh, my PC can't run this game and I want better graphics. Buys a new video card, stick it in. Oh, look at that. Although, of course, that graphics card could be really expensive, actually.
Yes, that graphics card could be,
Yeah, a GeForce 970. Very good video
bucks.
card. Well engineered. Man, I think I paid $350 for it.
If you so
which is the same price of a PS4. So yes, PC gaming. Yes, I understand, but it's like, ooh, expensive.
All right, so short episode this week. Last bit of news here that we got going on. PlayStation Plus games have been revealed, so we got our monthly Gold versus Plus comparison for April. On the PlayStation Plus side of things, we got Zombie, a PS4 port of Zombie U. Dead Star, a brand new game, brand new indie game coming to PS4. It is think of Geometry Wars or Super Stardust HD or Resogun, but with 10 people.
Huh.
I Am Alive, a horror game from Ubisoft. Savage Moon, a strategy game for PS3. And then the Vita gets A Virus Named Tom, which is a puzzle game, and Shichimi, which is a Vita shooter about like Okay, so think of a shmup, but the main character is a muscle bound fish.
A muscle-bound fish?
Yes. Would you like to hear the description for this game?
No.
Too bad. Shichimi is a randomized shoot 'em up about a muscle-bound fish with memory problems defending the seven seas. Armed with your trusty bullet-morphing shotgun, defeat or navigate through waves of enemies and collect power-ups as you battle through the game's bosses. But there's a catch. You've been cursed with an incredibly short attention span. Combat waves and upgrade cycles last only 10 seconds apiece.
Okay.
Sounds interesting. That's the most interesting one out of all these, but Dead Star seems like it could be cool. Um, as for the games with the gold side of things, they're getting Saints Row 4 for Xbox 360, Dead Space on Xbox 360, and on Xbox One, it is The Wolf Among Us and Sunset Overdrive. Um, we don't know how good Dead Star is. We have we have no real idea, but if Dead Star, unless Dead Star is incredible, I think Xbox kind of has this month on lockdown.
Okay, yeah.
Anthony? Anthony?
Oh, I'm crap. I'm doing this on my desktop and I push the keyboard on my laptop. I'm like, wait, hang on, what? Oh, crap. I apologize. All I'm thinking about right now is like, ooh, Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive. I have Xbox Live Gold. Ooh, maybe I should install Sunset Overdrive right now.
Yeah, I mean, and Wolf Among Us too.
Wolf Among Us, yes. Like that's really good right there. Like that has my attention. I think I will, if I remember, I'm gonna take my Xbox out and download Sunset Overdrive because that game has some pretty darn fantastic humor.
Like my whole thing with this is like it's worth just adding all these games to your library and throw 5-10 minutes at them. If you like them, great. If not, then just delete them.
Basically, yeah.
Um, yeah, like I've played pretty much everything on the Xbox list this month, so I know it's good. I haven't played most of the PlayStation list, so I'll give it a shot and we'll see what I like. Um, you know, like that's the truth of it. Um, anyway, that's uh that's the show this week. Unless you guys got something you want to talk about or something along those lines.
No, I think I'm good. Just
Anthony, anything you want to bring up?
Nope, I am out of ideas. Oh, there is one thing that I brought up on Unscripted that I would bring up here. So, future Forza games, unless this was an April Fool's joke,
It might have been.
Future Forza games are not just going to be on Xbox; they're going to be on Windows 10 now.
Oh, I believe that. That
Yeah.
I mean, like you look at Apex and you're like, well, they're literally turning the engine over to they're tweaking up the engine for Windows, so and it runs 4K, and Nick's going to be super ecstatic that he's going to show off his cars in 4K. But yeah, I can see that happening. But now it's like, so the reason why I bought my Xbox One was for Forza, and now that reason is gone. So why should I buy an Xbox One?
Sunset Overdrive.
Okay, I guess, yeah. I guess.
All right. Well, yeah, like it's getting to that point where Microsoft's just pouring everything to PC. So I mean, unless you really want to play like one or two very specific games, you don't really need both.
yeah.
But anyway, short show this week, everyone. Sorry. We'll be back to our normal show next week with Mr. Aaron Reynolds. He was in Texas this week with family, so that's why he wasn't here. But it was good having you on, Anthony.
Yeah, it's always fun talking with Anthony.
Yeah,
I am very happy that it has been fun talking to me.
Oh god, Anthony, that just
That
reminded me of
sounded a
like
little. That was worded a bit wrong.
that sounded like an AI response. Just
I
like
know. That's
Right.
just like I didn't think that sentence through before I said it.
oh god. Anyway,
And on that note,
we are on Facebook.com, TheGamerAccess.com, Twitter at TheGamerAccess, and Twitch.tv/TheGamerAccess. The Shiitakes are on a break currently. Super Senpai is still currently going up Fridays on 10 p.m., but we might be moving to Saturday at 10 p.m. We're not sure yet. Um, and what else? What else? What else? What else? Oh yes, you should click that donate button because it funds things like capture cards and quality microphones and us being able to go to E3 so we can do stupid videos at E3, like Bremen and I dancing in the Just Dance booth. So yeah, thanks, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye,
bye
all.
everybody.